Hello, I'm Shirley. I'm a Careers Advisor at Glasgow University. In this short video, I'm going to give you some advice on how to handle graduate application forms. The application form is the first stage in the selection process, and you'll find similar advice for the next stages, the interviews and assessment centres, elsewhere on the Careers Service website. In this session, we're going to look at how to tackle application forms. We're going to look firstly at how to prepare. Now, because of the competition and the high quality required for each application, you're best to select a few that you can spend time on and do well. Next, we'll look at how to handle competency questions. Questions such as give an example of when you've worked in a team, or when you've persuaded someone else to your point of view. And lastly, we'll finish with some tips for success. If you look at the image here of the goldfish, that's what it's all about. It's making sure that you stand out from the crowd. Even before you put pen to paper, it's important to spend time with the 2 P's, planning and preparation. Firstly, you want to read the instructions on the form. Print out a copy so that you get an overview of the whole form and look at the different types of questions. You'll see there are factual questions asking for your academic and employment details. They're likely to be competency questions where you have behavioural questions where you're asked to describe a situation which demonstrates your abilities which will be needed in the job that you're applying to. And there'll be motivational questions. Questions like, why do you want to work for us? And what attracts you to this role? Once you've sussed out the structure of the form, you can move on to some key preparation. You need to identify what the employer is looking for. So go to the job description or person spec and check out the essentials and desirables. Address as many of the desirables as well as the essentials that you can. Then you need to do some self-reflection and think about the evidence that you're going to use to show the employer that you've got what they're looking for. So, a key part of preparation is research. The first key area to research is the employer, and you want to spend a lot of time in these areas of research. Firstly, check their website. Now, everybody is going to check the employer website, but you can show a deeper understanding of the employer by going further. Google them, have a look on any industry mags, use social media and see, are they tweeting, are they blogging? Use any networks you have, in person or social media networks. What you want to do is try and find out who the movers and shakers are in the organisation. Who are their main competitors? Maybe they've won some awards. What are they known for? And what are they currently working on? These are the kinds of facts you want to get to be able to show them in the application form that you know some deeper stuff about them. Then you want to prepare on yourself. It's really about what you can bring to the table, how you can add value to the employer and the role. So go back over the last few years, think about your studies, think about any part-time jobs you've had, volunteering, maybe some internships, and perhaps you've been a member of a club or society. Think about your unique selling points. Have you spent time studying abroad? Have you won any awards or have you special achievements from your course? You want to make sure that you highlight these in the form. Remember, it's all about that goldfish image and making sure that you stand out. When you're answering competency questions, following the STAR technique will ensure that your answers are well structured and include all the elements that are required. So for situation, start by outlining the situation you were in. Task, talk about the task at hand. What was required of you? Action, what did you do in the situation? What actions did you take and why? And summarise the results of your actions. Focus your answer on the actions and results section. An employer will be most interested to know what you did and the impact you had in the situation. Really, the situation and the task just give context to your story. So with that in mind, allocate roughly 30% of your answer to the first part and the 70% to the latter two parts of this section. Finally, some top tips. You do want to stick to the word limit. Be concise and try not to waffle. Being specific makes it interesting reading for the person reading, so avoid generalising where possible. Using power verbs like delivered, achieved, inspired helps demonstrate your impact in situations. Make sure you answer each part of the question. There may be more than one part to the question, so make sure you're answering it all. And a good application form will draw examples from different areas of your life, from studies, volunteering, part-time jobs, gap years, etc. You do need to check your spelling and grammar. It needs to be perfect. So get a good friend to check it over before you press send. Finally, keep a copy of your form. Hopefully you'll be needing it again at the next stage in the process, the interview. So, all the best with your applications. Do check our website for other resources to help you in your job search.